Bad bitch, living lavish. Anything I want, gotta have it. Cute face, thick thighs. I got a beautiful mind. I'm better than usual, better than the usual.
What's good? You already know it's me, your boy Bakerboy, the greatest photographer that you know.
You already know who I am, man. The greatest rapper under 30 years old. It's your boy, Cicero. How's everybody doing, man?
What's good? What's good? And we back with another M&O hot topic,
sure.
man. And Cicero's gonna take it to the hip hop.
Yeah, I love talking about music, man. I love talking music. I talk music all day, but
bro, I've been out the loop when it comes to what's
going on right now.
Because
it's not too much. I'll save you some time.
But as a photographer, you work with artists, so you don't know what.
Yeah.
You
then again,
I mean?
I feel like you working with the artist, so I guess it all comes down to what the artist wants. I guess.
Yeah, it's like I don't. It's whatever the vision is versus what's really pop. So you get kind of caught up in not really knowing what's really popping and what's not because you just on to the next one. So
yeah,
you know, what's your perspective on what's going on right now?
I would say what's going on right now is it's interesting, man, because I actually think in a way this is good for hip hop. Because fans have no choice but to stream your music if they really want to listen to your music, because they're not going to get your music anywhere else. They're not going to go to a concert to get your music. They can't, see your music on a certain platform like they would before. Right now, it's you stream the artist's music. That's really the only way you're going to get it, and that's beneficial for the artist. Unfortunately, the artists do lose money on touring, which is where they make a lot of their money. But in terms of being able to grow your platform and being able to grow your fan base, I think right now is one of the best times to do it because everybody's watching. Because, nobody's touring, nobody's out, a lot of people are not even working. Most people they're what's next. That's kind of how they're looking at everything, what's next. So I think right now it's kind of a blessing in disguise, but I think it'll take some time for people to actually realize that.
I mean, it's, I had this conversation with my students, and it's just as simple as this. Everybody's going around talking about how bad 2020 is, right?
Right.
But, and we all can agree it's been a rough year.
Yeah.
But let me ask you a question. If you are the guy who invented Zoom, did you have a bad year?
Yeah, the best of your life.
If you are a guy who invented
Jeff Bezos
mask, are you having a bad year?
Yeah, having the best year of your life.
If you had a hand sanitizer company
or a paper toilet
company,
or if you're Jeff Bezos,
are you having a bad year? If you the Amazon guy right now,
you're having the best year of your life.
It's all about your position and your perspective on what's going on, and that's what we got in that same statement. I mentioned how, to me, that just shows how doors open.
Yeah, 100%.
And doors close, and once one closes, another one opens.
Always.
And I think it's important that we all understand that there's a cause and effect. When something happens, one side goes through tragedy, horror, pain, hurt, a hard time, but on the other side,
they're benefiting.
Somebody's benefiting.
Yeah.
And I think it's important that we understand that this affects everything. So when you bring that to the hip hop realm and you start talking about music, I really feel like it's going to benefit the real artists.
Yeah, 100%.
And all of these little, rinky-dink people in between are going to get just pushed to the side because you're going to actually have to have music with substance to survive.
That's why it's been benefiting me so well.
Yeah, the only thing that I don't like is that it makes it harder for you to put yourself out there.
Yeah, that's the biggest challenge I'm faced with, yeah.
You lose the whole interaction and credibility with fans and all of that, which is a big
key.
part.
That's key. Yeah.
I was wondering this the other day. All of those fans, right, who pass out when they get to meet like Beyonce and all these, that doesn't exist right now.
Not right now. It doesn't.
You can't. The only way you see them if you catch it going to Walgreens or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And the chances of that right now.
Those emotional, reactions and connections that people look forward to having when they go to a concert or they go to a book signing, or not even a book signing, but an album release.
Or autograph signing or something like that, yeah.
All of those initial contact things that you have with your fans, which are designed for you to build fans, are not there. So that part, I feel like is unfair, but
this is probably the best time to build your catalog up.
Best time to build your catalog up.
Best time to build your catalog up. I agree, because right now the biggest challenge I'm faced with right now is trying to find a way to actually properly put all my music out in a way that it'll stick. Especially me being a small artist. But in the way that I'm benefiting the most is I'm making the best music of my life right now. I've got so much time to focus on myself. I don't have many places to be nowadays, so I got more time to be
and that's what I'm trying to get to. I can't wait to get to that. We talked about that weeks ago, being able to focus on just your craft.
Yeah.
So trust me.
I'm telling you, even just a week of being able to just fully focus on what you do, you see such an improvement.
Yep.
If you really go for it.
Yep.
So it's all checks and balances, man. It all works out.
Definitely. And what you have to be careful too as an artist is that you making the best music of your life, you feel, but you don't want to waste it and not get it out there and get it heard.
100%.
So, that's a challenge that, I know you and many other artists are going to face right now because, you home, you loading up this catalog, and then it's like, okay, I got to get this catalog out here now. You know what I mean? Like, and, which wave to catch, because we know it's going to be a couple of waves of everybody being excited to go back out and do this and do that. So how do you feel about calculating that decision?
I think it's important, and this is something I learned, not necessarily because of COVID. This is something that I learned from just studying the game, and I actually think it's Fetty Wap who indirectly taught me this. It's very important to, I'm speaking metaphorically, it's very important to unload your clip at the right time. Because, remember Fetty Wap had that 1 year where he had hits all year, and then we didn't care anymore. Mm-hmm. It's very important to not release your entire clip all at once at the wrong time. Because it's really hard to make another clip. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm making the best music of my life right now, right? You've heard everything that I've been playing. I haven't made anything better than what I've been making. But if I release all of this and it's a complete waste, it's going to be very difficult for me to make it all again, especially when things go back to normal, because I'm going to have less time to focus on that. Because I still, I'm not big yet. I still have a day job I have to go back to. You got your stuff that you got to go back to. So it's very important to pick the right wave, the right time of the year too, because songs can boom at depending on what time of the year you drop them at. So it's important. I got a really, really long extended clip. I just got to make sure that I put it out at the right time.
Yeah, because like I look at a lot of these artists now who dropping some of these songs. Yeah. And to me, what sense does it make to make a club song right now?
Doesn't make any sense at all. And I have club songs too.
Yeah.
That's why they haven't come out yet. It makes no sense to do that right now.
I see certain videos and songs. Because even me and you talked about, songs where the mood is vibing, out in the car, being outside.
That's some of the best music to put out right now.
You know what I mean? But I've seen some of these artists releasing, a lot of these female artists releasing a lot of these club type bangers.
The only thing you're going to get from that is other girls twerking to it on IG, and that doesn't benefit you.
And that's what's really surprising to me, because that's not, other than the girls constantly playing the song, maybe that's what it's for. Because, the girls will sit there and, like you just said, be at home twerking and doing all of that. But to me, it's kind of like a bad time to put out that type of music. But maybe from a female perspective, they want to turn up at the house with their friends.
Maybe, I guess. But
so I guess that's what that's about.
Like, did you hear the Cardi song with Megan Thee Stallion?
Yeah.
Imagine if they could have dropped that song and have girls in the club to that song. How much bigger that song would be.
And that's what I'm saying? What I was thinking as well.
But then maybe if I could probably ask Cardi, maybe she wants girls to turn up to it right now anyways. But it's at the same time, from a business perspective, you look at it like, man, what if you had waited till possibly next summer when things could be a little bit more normal?
And that's how I
maybe
thought,
that song booms a little bit more.
But maybe we're just not the smartest guys in the room.
But then again, I think maybe that's the benefit. And you're right, maybe we're not the smartest guys in the room. But then again, I feel like maybe that's the benefit of being such a big artist like the two of them are, that they can just make another one.
You're right.
They could just make another one.
That may play a bigger role in that decision.
Like Drake dropped. Remember Drake dropped.
But then you have to worry about being over. Being annoying, overpopulated. And
overplayed a little bit.
I wonder, what thought process goes into making that decision. So if there are any artists out there who may, have any input on that, let us know what you're thinking. Definitely. Because I think that's a topic of discussion that should be discussed.
100%.
What determines when to drop a certain type of music? Like during quarantine, do you want to hear club music? Do you want to hear chillin' vibe music? Do you want to hear let me out of quarantine music? What do you want to hear? Feel free to let us know.
100%.
So me and Cicero will be back with another M&O hot topic.
Better than usual. Better than the usual. Yeah, I'm a bad bitch, living lavish. Anything I want, gotta have it. Cute face, thick thighs. I got a beautiful mind. I'm better than usual, better than the usual.
Girl, let's get lost, no club tonight. You know what's the vibe on these summer nights?